Alrighty, well, we're back out here with the engine, the 4.2. I think it's 4.2, whatever it is. And I have succeeded in getting the exhaust manifolds off. Took me an hour or an hour and a half to get them bolts loose. I took it loose here because the other end was so bad that it would have just broke and shit. Fortunately, this came apart all right. I busted off a bolt here. The bolt that I was afraid I was going to break off over here came out. So, well, I got one out that I didn't expect and broke one off that I didn't expect. So I'm going to have to work on getting that loose before I take the head off. You can see I have my torque out here. And I've still got the dipstick to take out, which I will, it's loose. I'll put a pair of vice grips on it and work it out gently. I can't believe it took me that long just to get the exhaust manifolds off. The bolts were, well, you can see the bolts down there. Some of them are just really, really bad. The heads are chewed up. I didn't have to cut any of them, but I had to use my special extractor. I've still got to take this bolt out and this bolt out for sure, so that I can get to the head bolt down below it. Well, before I get into this too far, I have already set this up for TDC. Doing a compression test with my finger. Also stuck a screwdriver in there to make sure it was top dead center. Also lined up this marker. I know you can barely see it, but it's right there with that dot, which I know you can barely see that. So everything is set up so that I can clean this up, mark it, and take it out after I start getting all this other wonderful stuff off. Alrighty, we're back again. And now it's just a matter of trying to decide what to take apart first and second and third. Some things I've already ahead and took loose, like this. For the EGR valve. We need to get that out of the way. Move my chair so I don't trip over it. I pulled the oil sending unit off. Hey, you see it's got a lot of miles. That's 300 miles. 300,000 miles, not 300 miles. 300,000, over 300,000 miles. And I got some slimy shit down in there. And I'm also feeling some grit and grime and other nasty shit. But can you see that shiny spot right there? That may be where this rod, which is actually the wrong rod, this rod is the one that hit, hydrolocked. This one didn't, unless it bent the crank, and is now pushing this rod where it was just touching. But that's a shiny spot, which means that it wasn't touching it before. I'll have to get in here with a bright light and check things out much more closely. Yippee. That's just dirt. That's definitely a chattering of some sort. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of them situations where I'm going to wish I had never dipped into this engine. I mean, interestingly enough, I'm seeing almost no wear on the pistons. I can still even see cross-hatching in the cylinders. Well, before my camera decided to so rudely go dead, I need to mark all these. Ow. Now, well, now I need to get the oil pickup out of the way, this tray out of the way. That's no way that's going to fit. Where's my 10 millimeter? Of course, it's going to be the 10 millimeter. That's not right for those. This is. Gotta get the nut out of the socket. Yeah, throw that socket on the ground. We won't need it for a little while yet. Next I gotta find my walking sideways behind here. It's so much fun. Ah. Well, allowed me to find my 10 millimeter. In my wisdom, I forgot to mark the timing. Boy, I could have just smacked myself right in the head. Not much of anything in the pick tray, just a little bit of stuff right there in the screen. We'll clean that all up. And now I'm just going to set these bolts right back where they came from. It'll be easier to keep track of them later. I was going to mark that. It's like a distributor at TDC. Now I don't know where TDC's at anymore, but I will figure out a way to mark everything. Well, that's a pretty hefty piece, which means that the block must not be that strong, or to be tin. That's sad. Okay. Yeah, how many times around can we go before we decide we've gone too far? The simple truth of it all is, you can never go too far. You just figure it out. Okay, I think I just found my problem. I can see a rub mark right on the piston. Which means that it probably bent the rod, which is now letting the piston drop a little bit lower than what it's supposed to. But there is absolutely well, shoot, I could have just driven this thing and hot rodded it a bit and just clearanced that all by myself. But that's not what we do. Alright, I'm going to bring you over here. I am 99% sure this is the problem. Can you see? Down in there, I'm trying to get it. I need a screwdriver or something to point with. Okay. Right. You can't see there. Me hanging onto this tripod and everything is a little bit of a pain. Okay. Right.
Get the light out of the way, I don't think you can see the mark. It's right. Can you see that right there?
Right on the top. And what led me to that was this right here. See how it's cleaned off and shiny? Right there. That's where it's just tapping that piston. I can't get it in a position to where it's going to be perfectly right. I don't think. No, about the time it comes up to be right to see. Oh, there. Now you can see it. You can see that shiny spot. If I can hold the light and the tripod and the camera right there at the tip of my finger is where it was just clipping the piston. So that answered the question. I've been a rod or possibly a wrist pin, but the easiest answer for me on this thing is going to be to just buy a new piston and rod. They're about 40 bucks online on eBay for a used one. And this is going to be a way too long video. Oh, we got to pull the lifters out because I am going to remove the lifters to clean the block. I mean, I may be trying to do this on a budget. But there is a limit to how cheap you can go. And I need to check all these lifters. Make sure none of them are pitted. Gotta check the cam and make sure it's not pitted. So far, not like that little V6 I took out of the Chevy. And away goes the air compressor. Oh, it came out not quite how I wanted. Left all the lifters behind. But hey, I don't think this is like an LS. It doesn't hold the lifters, it just simply aligns them. But okay, that came out like that. It's supposed to hold the lifters. Back in the day when I was a kid and doing this stuff, we're talking about cars that were in the 60s and older. So I'm making sure I keep these, since they're a roller, making sure I'm keeping the rollers and everything aligned, because it all has to sit this, go back the same way it came apart. So I don't want to, flip it around like that or anything. I don't know that it would make a difference, but I would rather be safe than sorry. I'm sure there's some authorities out there, ye old keyboard commandos that know it all. They could tell me, it doesn't make any difference, but yeah, when you're talking about such close tolerances, I'd rather be really, really sure than to second guess myself. So, okay, we will put that back in there like that. I may go see if the local parts store's got that alignment tool. I do have a friend that works at a parts store that, if he's watching this video, could tell me if you've got that tool and you could loan it out. Hint, hint. For when I go to put this back together, would make my life a lot simpler. You know. I swear, half the bolts on this thing are loose, take nothing to get them apart, and the other half are way over tightened. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? Well, Ford doesn't disappoint. They're still using that funky little shaft that I've seen twisted in the pretzels over the years. Okay, from this point, I had to pull off the harmonic balancer, which I don't think you're really that interested in. I mean, it's balancer puller and three bolts. Just gotta see if I got the right size bolts for it. Oh, excuse me. Could take the pistons out, but I'll wait till I get the timing chain out of it. Half of it's already ready to come out anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to bring you back when I got it further tore down. Thanks for watching. Take care. And like, share. Well, where's my hand? There it is. Share, subscribe, tell a friend, and double like. Tell a dozen. And above all else, be kind to one another. Bye.